actually shooting a video here in the new home studio. That's right. We've kind of upgraded. Did get some comments, and I realized to myself the lighting wasn't always the best, and we had the background, the boxes and everything. So decided to upgrade a little bit for the new year. We definitely appreciate all the subscribers and all the help that I'm getting from everybody out there, and hopefully you enjoy this video as well. You're probably wondering, what are we talking about today? Why do we have so much money in the background? Hopefully I make a little more than that on eBay. We're actually talking about change and more or less embrace change. If you had told me a year and a half ago that Mr. Magazine and I would have a YouTube channel, I just would have looked at you putting a lot of things up on Instagram, trying to do that regularly. Hopefully it's good content and we'll end up winning an Instagrammy. See what I did there? If you had told me that, I never would have believed that as well. So I'm going to tell you to definitely embrace change. From day one with this business, Papergoy was able to make money, and Papergoy made money year after year after year. However, the problem was the amount of money that I was making was getting less and less each and every year. And one of the main reasons why is because I did not change. And I did not change in a lot of different ways. I didn't change my product mix. I didn't change the way that I was listing. And a lot of that is legacy reasons. For example, back a long time ago, you were only able to put one picture up on eBay and you had to pay extra for extra pictures. Well, when that was the case, there was no reason at all to put up a second picture most of the time. Why would I want to pay an extra, and I have no idea what it costs anymore, but say an extra 10 cents or something like that for a second picture? Well, eBay changed that, but I didn't change. I still didn't put up a second picture very often. eBay had it where it flagged a lot of things because it had links and all that sort of thing in it that was allowed at one time. Now they will allow you to put links to your store and that sort of thing in there. It took me a long time to put any verbiage at all in there because long time ago you were able to say that you accepted cash, which I did accept as a benefit to customers. Got bitten by that, had listings ended, had a terrible time getting things relisted, all that sort of thing. We're going back a long time ago. So I took that all out and I never changed. I never added it back in. And so on and so forth. And what I was doing was working in that I was still making money, but I was making less and less money every single year. I wasn't changing what it was that I was doing. I was buying the same stuff, listing the same stuff with one picture, listing who was on the cover of the magazine and not digging any deeper. And again, it was profitable. I made money, but I did not by any means make all of the money that I should have been making on eBay. Since then, I've definitely embraced change. I try to stay in front of everything. I do make offers to buyers, for example. eBay changed that. If you're not making those, you're missing out on a tremendous opportunity to make money. I would say probably 20 to 25% of my sales at this point are things that I've went and made offers to. eBay added promoted listings. I do it on some listings. I do find that it helps. Look into it. I know a lot of people don't like to pay eBay any extra money than they need to do so, but look into it. Perhaps make that change. Perhaps that's something or other that'll work for you. At this point, I list table of contents on every magazine, which I didn't used to do. I've changed at this point. And again, I got so caught up in the same old, doing everything the same way that I wasn't making improvements. It kind of all came together for me about a year and a half ago. I was able to put everything together, maybe 2 years ago at this point. Kind of things started to get a little bit better, and then I went to eBay Open and sat through search engine optimization and what Google searches for, and everything kind of became a lot more obvious to me. I mean, there's still a lot of areas that I'm not perfect in, but I definitely have improved the business considerably going back on 2, 3, 4 years ago. And it's because I changed. eBay changed and I hadn't noticed it, and I continue to do things exactly the same way that I had done all along. If I were still doing those things, I'd still be making money, but it would be a lot less. My sales would not be where they are right now. That extra picture definitely helps. Extra 2, 3, 4 pictures definitely help. There's no doubt at all about that. Taking the time to go through the magazine and finding the picture, which we do a lot of times with the various bolos. I'll say, hey, nobody else pointed this out, but I did, and I was able to sell it for $25 when 4 others are on it at 15, because I was the only person that mentioned Jackie Robinson, or I was the only person that mentioned Audrey Hepburn, et cetera, et cetera. So I found that works. Now what I need to do is not get complacent. I need to be willing to change again as things warrant. I'll be honest, I didn't know about YouTube, never thought to even look on there until a couple of years ago. I did nothing at all on Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. The world had passed me by, and here I was making less than minimum wage, to be quite honest with you, doing this, doing it on the side, of course, but I was making less than minimum wage. Things were changing, and I was not changing. So you've got a lot of opportunities for you out there. Watch all of the various people that you can on YouTube and pull the best ideas that each person has. And I will disagree with a lot of the people out there on some areas, and they will disagree with me on some areas. Doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong, doesn't mean they are. We all have our own opinions, what works for us, what we're comfortable with, how we like to do it. So you need to figure out what works for you. Watch as many people as you can. The ones you really, really like, continue to watch. You can always pick up something from almost everybody. And another thing that a lot of people will not tell you, but it is absolutely true, a lot of times you can learn as much from what somebody else does wrong as you can from what somebody else does right. So you may sit there and listen to somebody talking and say, oh, that doesn't sound good at all. And you look into it and you say, no, it does not work for me. Well, then you never go into that area, which in the end, you got some education, you did things the right way, what works for you. A long time ago, one of the few areas that I did is cell phones. I did go with the cell phone, and I've always seen the value of a cell phone when you're out there is tells you what not to buy as much as tells you what to buy. And you'd be amazed how much money you end up saving at the flea markets by just checking something up and saying, ooh, that only sells for $10. I'm not going to end up buying that. You end up saving $2, $3 or $1, whatever it was that you were going to spend on it, by avoiding slow-moving merchandise. So just figure out what works best for you, but always be open to change. I kind of was in my own little world doing what I was doing, and again, it was profitable, but it really wasn't worth my time. So hopefully that helps you some. Do hit the like button down below. Do comment on how you like the new studio. Like I said, the lighting is a lot better on the few solo videos that I do, and we will see you next video.